story, but that's...
You want to get started here?
I guess so. So,
let me go ahead and soft reset so we can get a clean slate here on Gex. That was a quick and dirty setup, but I think we did alright. Assuming nothing broke.
I thought he was Smebs. I thought that Dana Gould was story director for Simpsons, but I could also be very wrong.
He did something. He snuck in and stunk up the place.
All I know is that every episode that I've seen that, like, is written by Dana Gould or has, like, whatever in the credits, I was like, wow, I don't like this.
Well, we're going in on a different tack here. Starting fresh. This is Gex for the Sega Saturn, which we're streaming as part of Mascot Fridays, our attempt to play through every single Mascot platformer and rank them. Our time has come. Tonight we are playing Gex. Here's the story.
Turn it up.
I had just finished my usual morning routine of nude funkercise, fired up the Barca Lounger, grabbed a quick bite to eat, and prepared to watch some serious tube. Little did I know, my snack was sent by Rez.
Oh, that's a cool game.
They look like an Atari Jaguar controller.
You are mine.
He got pulled into the TV. That's the plot. That's Gex.
Well, there's a long backstory to Gex we'll get into.
There is a long backstory, but first, before you get into that, Alex, I wanted you to play a couple minutes of the game yourself. Just to demonstrate.
No, Danny! No!
Do you really want to do it this way? We typically always, we've always both play these games so we can come to a conclusion.
Yeah, I know. It's Gex.
Let's get it on!
Listen to him. I don't...
Let's get it on.
Yeah, also, as usual, if our sound levels are weird, let me know.
Here you go. Alex is going to play a couple minutes of the first level of Gex while I get into things here. So this is not originally a Sega Saturn game. This was ported to PlayStation and Saturn a year after this was released as an exclusive title for the 3DO Interactive Multiplayer. 3DO, the famous $700 game console that came before Saturn and PlayStation. Go in that place.
The one I was at?
Yes.
How do I do that? I pressed A.
Push more buttons.
Did you already play it, or?
Yes.
Are you sure it didn't save it for you, or? Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. How do I... Listen, I'm pressing... Yeah, see? Wow. See, look at that.
Oh my god. Okay. It's the C button, Alex.
But it told me to press the A button!
No, it didn't.
God damn it!
The slime boys, nice time.
Anyway, I have a link for you all. This should prove pretty enlightening.
Ah, Detroit, Pearl of the Orient.
Ah, it looks like Detroit. Dead people everywhere. Covered in slime.
Okay, you're right. Fresh mind.
Yeah,
Stop being...
Go into this with a cool heart and a cool mind. So anyway, the people who made this game, they regard this as a project from hell, and I'm going to drop a link in the chat here. There it is. It's pretty juicy. It's by a programmer with a very specific detail-oriented memory, and he does not like Gex. This is also the guy who programmed MC Kids, so he does know how to make good video games.
It plays okay, I just want to put that out there. Controls fine. The controls are absolutely fine.
If you see anything really juicy in there, feel free to share it with the chat. It gets pretty it gets pretty nuts at the end. These are some wacky people working on this game. So what is Gex? Gex is a gecko who is addicted to TV. He speaks in old TV references, and he's in a platformer. He's been sucked into the TV world, and now he has to battle his inner demons.
Soylent Green is good.
But yeah, it basically amounts to a smart-ass gecko whipping stuff with his tail and spouting one-liners, as you did back in the 90s. So you can jump, you can tail whip, and you can use your tongue with the A button, which originally had a purpose, but by the time the game shipped, it was not needed for anything. There's these power-ups that you usually have to eat, but they found that it was confusing people. So instead you can get them by whipping your tail. He can also bounce if you hold down in midair. A la Mario.
Big fan of Kid and Play?
Alex, not the best Gex player in the world. Not as
No.
practiced as I am.
No.
Like the Slime Boys, nice touch.
Do you want me to take over?
No, not yet. I want to see how...
Yeah. I figure it's good that we both get some hands-on time so we can fairly judge these games.
Weird, I press down midair and I don't do the...
Hold it.
I am, see? Watch.
Yeah, he's doing it.
I thought you said he did a bounce.
He coils his tail. You have to bounce off of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Your lack of Gex knowledge is just infuriating me, Alex. I've completed this game
Getting
100%.
some tail.
I
Wait,
got the I got the secret 17-minute long ending. That's not a joke. If you collect all the stuff in this game, they ran at you for like 20 minutes in a row.
Whatever, I don't need that TV. Yes, I do!
TVs blow up.
Wow, that was not worth it.
We were talking on the stream just a couple weeks ago. I was bitching about games that start in graveyards, which gives the games kind of a dour tone to start off with. Because usually these games have like cartoonish environments and stuff. But here you are in a graveyard.
Silent Dream is good.
I found the bonus room.
Cool. Eat those flies.
Good, I got a 1-up.
I know when
Square
I
Enix might do a Gex reboot. They are currently in the process of rebooting Fear Effect, so really anything is possible.
Who opened the can of whoop-ass?
Whoop ass, Alex.
After 12 years of Full House, do your arms ever get tired?
Gex talks a lot.
Holiday snap, very good.
A whole lot.
A lot.
And while it's not super offensive at first, he repeats himself a lot. I guess that's not really offensive. He doesn't start telling like racist jokes or anything.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Gex is just he's just your everyday average TV liking dipshit. He's not like a real piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a regular dipshit.
The dipshits who we all are sometimes. Like I remember being a what? Okay, whatever.
Who opened the can of whoop-ass?
I remember being a TV quoting whatever guy.
We were all Gex. None of us are blameless. If you hit jump while in the air here, you can actually cling to the wall back there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So here's a fucked up thing. Gex plays fine. I actually like the way Gex
It really
plays.
does. The controls aren't terrible. That's usually the thing that does end these old games, but this plays just fine.
Do you think that's like a bottomless pit, that water?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'm not gonna go to it.
Also, the R button can run, but I wouldn't worry about that for now.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not running.
Anything but this.
Goodbye.
In 64, Gex talked more with less lines. That sounds great.
That sounds horrible.
Blech.
This place is weirder than 4th of July at Rick James' place.
See,
What the
he
fuck?
was impersonating Johnny Carson telling a Rick James joke. That's a few too many layers for me. I prefer to stay on one layer for comedy, thank you.
How do I select a new fucking...
Oh, did you get a remote in the last level? Gimme.
So Danny's gonna take over.
I'm taking over. Yeah, you usually have to collect remotes in these levels, and that's how you unlock new ones. Or you can enter a cheat code, which is what I'm
Oh,
gonna
thank
do.
God. Yeah, we actually have Gex's backstory in front of us, and
Yeah,
people really want us to tell it, so Danny?
It's something like 4 pages in this manual, so try to condense it if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, Gex has a whole
Okay,
backstory beyond getting sucked into the TV.
First paragraph is a fucking Magnum PI joke, so we're gonna glaze over that.
Okay.
Deep in a valley on Maui lived a gecko family that was just trying to make ends meet. Mom had her paws full raising 3.5 kids, or numbers, whatever. While Dad was away doing research... I'm going to cut out all the jokes here. While Dad was away doing research for NASA. Gex, the oldest offspring, was a bright lad who would spend his days with his friends surfing, playing the ukulele, and throwing poi parties on the beach.
No, he
with
would play the
local
ukulele.
lady lizards. That all changed, though, the day his mother got a call from NASA telling her the tragic news. The rocket containing Dad and 10 other volunteers, chosen to see if they would eat tapioca pudding in zero gravity, had exploded on the launch pad due to a Band-Aid floating in one of the fuel tanks. The family's carefree upper-middle-class life was shattered. While the rest of the family dealt with their grief in the usual manner, crying and fighting and rummaging through Dad's stuff, Gex bottled up his feelings. He took refuge in front of the only thing in the house that had always provided him with undemanding comfort, the TV.
Ah, yes, Gex. His dad was an astronaut, but in a hilarious nod to the Challenger explosion, his space shuttle blew up.
Hilarious!
And thus he's sad.
Gex found out that in his time of need, all his old and sometimes forgotten friends were still there, ready to take his mind off his troubles. We've got $6 Million Man reference, Partridge Family joke, Dr. Reuben Kincaid.
Tell one of the jokes. What's one of the jokes?
The $6 Million Man would stop by with a quick bionic pick-me-up. There's also a reference to Kimba the White Lion for all you old anime fans.
I gotta throw that in there. Gex is still mad about the Lion King.
He has a t-shirt that he got from Kimono My House that says The Lying King. That is a real shirt.
That is,
and I went to Kimono My House and I did have a chance to buy it and I did not. Gex found out, try as she might, Gex's mom could not pry her son away from the boob tube. So after consulting with the family minister and the weird guy at work, she decided it was time for a change in scenery. They were going to leave Hawaii and start a new life in California. Let's see. It's like,
Welcome to the New York City mass transit system.
Oh, got him.
1 week later, a moving van pulled up in front of the family's new ranch-style home in Encino, California, surrounded by white picket fences and white supremacists.
It really says that, doesn't it?
Okay, it does, and I want to just say something right here. Having lived in the desert area of California and shit, I know where Encino is. That joke is not that far off. It fucking sucks. It actually does suck a lot. Like,
maybe people who have actually been there.
Yeah, no, having
ruefully.
lived in those areas, yeah, fuck it. Anyway, so yeah.
Gex predicted white supremacists.
I think that they
Maybe
were
that's why
already,
people
never
don't like
mind.
Gex. No, he made them happen.
Dana Gould, you bastard.
A lot to answer for, buddy.
As the moving men unloaded a crate containing Gex and his beloved TV, his mother exclaimed that she was excited about this family's new beginning. Gex just laughed and told her that was exactly what Maud said to her husband after she went through menopause. Gex was still having trouble dealing with his father's death, but Mom thought she knew just what to do. That night, the doorbell rang and a burly lizard came in carrying a basket of treats. His name was Harv, and he lived next door and wanted to welcome the new neighbors. As he passed out various chocolate-covered bugs to Gex's siblings...
This really keeps going. Everyone's all like, this is so long. No, you're not even halfway through this.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna, break it down. Harv,
Oh no, I'm too young to have a second childhood.
Harv is trying to get Gex to go to the all-pro girl-watching team, and Gex would rather watch TV. Harv is, like, telling his mom that Gex is all messed up in his brain.
I'm entering level selects in each world to give you an idea of what each world looks like. There's more to the game beyond that horrible graveyard level. Like the flatulator.
Good.
Looks like Beetlejuice threw up.
Oh my god, it's a boss fight. Alex, keep going. Keep going, Alex. You're not missing anything.
Basically, Harv tells his mom he doesn't know what to do about Gex, and, the next morning, Gex came running downstairs, expecting to have breakfast with the banana splits as usual, when he froze in his tracks. The TV was gone! This must be some kind of joke. Was it out for repairs? Did someone break in and steal it? Come on, man, this isn't funny. The room began to spin. Gex needed a TV fix. The little suction cups on his hands were beginning to twitch. What the heck was going on?
This is something like page 3. I should note Alex took out a lot of paragraphs there
Oh my
for
god,
brevity.
there's 2 more. Something about... Okay, so,
We did fight Booger Man, at least. There is that.
Gex's mom gave the TV away. And
Oh,
that
no!
and that they told Gex to do normal things.
Gex, I don't want you to make jokes about the Twin Towers. That's what this level's called.
God damn it, Danny! This is our most offensive stream yet, and yet...
It's not even me.
I know.
It's Gex, it's the lizard.
Gex couldn't believe this. The one thing in his life that had meaning was gone, and his mother was behind it, exploding with rage. Gex announced that he was never setting foot inside this house again, and stormed out the front door. Mom ran after him, begging him to stay, but it was too late. He had done the unthinkable, and this was the result.
Page 3.
The next few months were a blur. Gex hooked up with some local punks and spent his days skateboarding to the mall, hanging out in
Cool.
comic stores, and blaring music through his Walkman on a cliff overlooking the city.
I relate to Gex now.
He slept in a friend's garage and made pocket money doing errands for frustrated housewives. Doing errands, by the way, is in quotes, so I'm assuming they mean fucking.
Oh my god, Gex.
His entire existence became one long, aimless haze, with none of his TV friends to help out. This seemed to be how he would spend the rest of his life. Or was it? One day as he was skateboarding along talking to his invisible buddy, the mayor, life on the streets does things to a gecko, a long black limo pulled up. Gex was about to have his honor go insult the driver when the rear window rolled down and he saw his mom! Mom told Gex that... Okay, so I'm just... Oh my god, there's like 4 paragraphs here about this.
Delete him.
Okay, basically what happened is Gex's great uncle died, and they left Gex's mom's family a whole bunch of money. Now, this is actually kind of funny. Uncle Charlie was the original model for the Izod shirt logo. That's one with the little gecko on it.
I see. Okay.
That's actually kind of funny.
That's good.
So they're rich.
appropriate.
Gex jumped in the air, and...
This dude got buff.
holy
He had a
shit.
shirt on, but then I whipped him and he took it off, and now he looks like that. Okay,
Good.
add 1 point to Gex. Continue.
Okay, basically, Gex was like, cool, and, Gex's mom purchased 51% of ownership into NASA and then fired everybody and kind of destroyed it.
Good. That was
And
the
turned
right
it
thing
into
to
a
do.
theme restaurant. Let's see. Basically, Gex asked his mom for one thing. A large house in Maui and put the world's largest TV set and enough food for decades. And he sealed himself inside. He was going to spend the rest of his life watching all his old TV friends.
Now Gex is relatable, but instead of TV, anime instead.
I was going to say YouTube or just like, I don't know, internet.
Like, look at this guy. See this suit?
Uh-huh.
Refrigerator.
Wow, I like this game now. Anyways, Mom wished him luck, and then he went off to, Maui.
She just said good luck, like, alright.
Yeah,
Probably think that hurts.
and then the rest of it is some actual thing about how he ate the bug, and then he got turned into the game.
Yeah,
so.
we know that story already.
So, yeah,
But there's the
so,
whole backstory to Gex that you never knew. It is there in the PlayStation and Saturn manual, taking up 4 to 5 pages. Should note these are long box pages. This is a lot of words. But between that and the website I linked, this is a really odd game. The people who made it apparently didn't like it at all, but magazine reviews were fairly good at the time. I guess 3DO people were pretty much willing to play anything at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if I would consider it fanfiction, but I do consider the extremely long Gex novelization, which Danny does own. You
Oh
still
yeah,
own
there is
right?
that, yeah.
Yeah, so they got someone drew all over or whatever.
Yeah, some kid owned my copy before I did, and they drew a Gex in the front cover, and it looks really good.
I think my problem is that Gex feels very calculated, but it's very calculated in a much more cynical way. Like, Gex
That's very
is,
marketing driven.
and
yeah,
it's very cynical too. Like
the programmer tell-all said that the game was definitely informed by marketing and current trends. Like originally the game was supposed to star Gex as a stunt gecko. He'd be going through all these old movies and they'd like throw in stock footage to complete the illusion, and you'd be doing stunts to make money or something.
That actually sounds alright.
Yeah, the programming team hated it though. They were all like, why are we using old movie footage? That is such shit.
That's true.
That is kind of a weird trend that popped up in the early 90s. Like, everyone wanted to use stock footage.
Yeah, that was the thing. Everybody was referencing old TV back then, too. Like, God. It was a weird... 90s was a weird time. I don't know, there's just something kind of... God help me, there's something kind of mean-spirited about Gex.
It's kind of cynical, yeah. It's not really put forth from a place of creativity. Any good from this game was kind of accidental in the face of just supreme marketing, whatever. People do like Gex, though. People have fond memories of this asshole. Yeah, beat a level.
Muscle Kong mentioning that, Muppet Babies is the cause. I kind of blame Muppet Babies, too, because I remember that.
Make a wrong turn and end up on an old game of asteroids.
Bobinator, I think that's the novel we were referring to. Yeah, I have the novelization of Gex 3.
Yeah, Danny does have that.
I'm too young to have a
Have yet to read it. I can barely read through his official backstory in the game's manual. Let me show off one more world, and then we'll think about how to judge old Gex here before moving on. I'd say this is a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it, except the dude keeps screaming at you the whole time.
It's definitely not that bad. It plays fine. It's just... The background to it is kind of cynical and mean-spirited. It's the mean-spiritedness, I think, that, like... Because Bubsy is very cynical, too. I'll totally cop to that as somebody who actually likes Bubsy. But Bubsy doesn't have an extremely depressing backstory where, like, he's addicted to TV and his dad dies and, like... He does favors for house. I fucking... Like, okay, I'll just put it this way. Bubsy's not having sex with housewives, okay?
You don't know that. Then again, I guess he's the kind of guy where he'd be bragging about it if he was, so...
Oh, like, yeah, you know if Bubsy was having any sort of sex, he'd let you know. He's one of those guys. He's the guy who comes in and he's like, guess who just had sex last night kind of guy.
Oh, God.
And you're just like, I don't
Guess who's the latest lady to climb aboard the Bubsy Bang Bus?
The Bubsy Bang Bus!
Yeah, that's something he'd say. I guess I have to enter another code here.
Yeah, you can enter a code of log off!
The Bubsy Bang Bus. Look, you say things under duress that you regret, alright?
Why, yes, I'm here to pick up my lunch.
We are not renaming the show to the Bubsy Bang Bus!
I was thinking of a new name for Mascot Fridays, you know?
No, not that though. You can
It's
do anything
alliterative,
else.
it's catchy.
No. We will never call it that.
Oh yeah, you do get power-ups. You can breathe fire and stuff. It's also electricity and freeze power-ups. Actually a good number of them. But this game was supposed to be so much more than what they planned for. Initially, each of these level themes was supposed to have 3 different background types. By the end of development, there was only 1 for each world. Like, when the game first started, what they wanted to do is have these side-scrolling levels interspersed with, like, rail shooter segments, which would require a whole new background art and things like that. But the programmer was all like, they scaled this for a 16-bit game, and this was a 32-bit game, so we kind of needed twice as many artists as they were willing to give us. It was a real problem.
Yeah, like, a lot of my view on Gex is just kind of tainted by the fact that I just don't... Oh, so I guess I could tell my Gex story, my
Yes,
actual
tell your
Gex
Gex
story.
story.
Okay, so this doesn't actually involve Dana Gould, other than, like... Dana Gould is the voice of Gex, but, I probably have told... Nice 4. I probably told it on here before, but, yeah, so I was at Comic-Con one year, and Crystal Dynamics was, giving out some stuff at their booth, but they really wanted to attract people to their booth. It was like 1999, and they were like, hey! They stood on their table and they were like, hey, everybody, we're giving away free watches! And I was like, oh shit, I like free shit. That was the best thing about going to Comic-Con, was getting all the free shit. And I was like, fuck yes.
Whoa, it's Raiden.
Cool.
Eat shit, Raiden.
Wow, rude. And so I was like, yeah, okay. And then they started getting a crowd together, like, because people really wanted the watches. And the crowd's like, woo, yeah, hand one to me. And so the guy moved in the middle of the fucking aisle of this, like, next to these other booths and shit. And he had got this huge crowd around him. He's like, you get a watch. First of all, I didn't get a watch. That's probably why I'm still cynical about it.
Yeah.
But, like, and then later I was trying to, like, walk through, but this guy was just, like, huckstering and trying to get people to get these fucking Crystal Dynamics watches and talking about how it's like, yeah, come check out our booth, Crystal Dynamics, and it was very.
And this irked you, as a con goer. This irked you.
It irked me because I didn't get a watch. They were out of watches and they were blocking the aisle, and I couldn't get through to see Sergio Aragonés, and I was just like.
I hate people who block the aisle. Those people are the worst.
Jesus Christ! They're all still talking about that fucking. Danny, you've made chat a living. You did it this time.
What did I do?
Rocky Rodent, Rockin' RV, the Awesome Possum Pussy Poppers.
Oh my god, no! Why is this happening? I was playing Gex the whole
the
time.
Gex Gilf Gang. The G stands for Gecko.
Okay. Anyway, we're fighting Gamera.
We're done. We're done with Gex's sexuality, his Gexuality, as it were.
Let's talk about Gex.
Let's talk about Gex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good jokes and the bad jokes, mostly bad jokes, that will be. Let's talk about Gex.
Oh, I thought this guy was friend to children.
God damn it! You're all making my life a living hell.
A living
I'm
hell.
just gonna. I'm not even gonna read this one.
Wow.
And then
That is filthy. You people have filthy minds. Just go back to playing Gex. Get some wholesome comedy in you.
we will never discuss anything about Wild Woody. Thank you. We're gonna have to play that sometime, you know.
Oh, chat will just be a minefield during that. All dick jokes all the time. Anyway, about Gex's sexuality.
No!
It's multifaceted.
No, God, I was hoping that
If you thought the story was long, they dedicate 6 pages to Gex's sexuality in the
No,
manual.
Danny, we don't want to know about Gex's...
It's mostly just a lot of words featuring the prefix poly. He's poly everything.
I feel so called out right now. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, remember when I said the game wasn't racist? Never mind.
Yeah.
He's doing that hilarious Chinese accent.
Wow, Gex, you really did live in the valley, didn't you?
Casual racism. Then again, it was really casual in the 90s. Like
God,
everyone did the hilarious racist Chinese interpretation.
Everyone was like, "Listen to me, I sound Japanese."
That was in so many cartoons in the 80s and 90s, and no one even thought anything about it.
Animaniacs, right?
Yeah.
God, everybody was just. God, that is one thing I do not miss from the 90s. There's a lot of things I don't.
We're a little bit more considerate now.
We at least
maybe don't make people of varying races feel like shit. I don't know.
Okay, this is actually good. Let's talk about Gex, baby. Let's talk about old TV.
Good. Well, by now I think you've gotten a good glimpse at what Gex is, what he embodies, what he thinks and feels about people around the world. Gex is just a fact of life for me. You have to accept him. He is the embodiment of the 90s as we knew it, for good and for bad. And I'd say the 90s and Gex gets a 6 out of 10.
Oh man, Cool Coyote, glad to see you here. Stay safe. Yeah,
Oh,
all you fellow Texans, stay safe. I think we got a couple
either
of y'all
evacuate
here.
or bunker down. We got a hurricane coming.
It's a shitty one.
It was upgraded to a Category 4, I think.
That
Luckily,
fucking sucks!
We're pretty far inland, so we should be safe. It's worth mentioning, though, the power here goes off at the drop of a hat, so if we suddenly go offline, that's why.
Yeah, but no storm for, like, a while, so we're good, so...
Okay, Alex, next game.
Good, next game? Alright. Next game is gonna be, Oh, it's Bug! 2!
It's
We just
Bug
played
again.
Bug.
Yeah, he got voted back in. People still not sure if they want to see Clockwork Knight 2, but after Bug's strong showing last time we did this, they want to see Bug 2. God knows why. Alright, so something fun here. Let's go ahead and put Bug directly up against Gex. Let's see how the two fare against one another. Alright, Bug is an insect, and Gex is a gecko. Should be a fair fight.
Oh, they're natural enemies! I see.
Yes!
Loveless calls it Bug also.
Yep, it's spelled T-O-O, like all the best 80s movies.
This is the
Alex, you do the honors and start us off if you would.
sensual stream.
Once again, made by Sega Soft and Real-Time Associates, who now have an animated intro. Good for you guys.
Well, we'll see what Bug's ass looks like in this one.
Yeah, we have to at least get a game over in this game. We know that much. that's me when I have to vacuum.
That is you.
Ajax.
Oh.
Bugs are listening.
Oh, I get it.
No, his face was a good enough joke on its own.
Snappy photo, boys! Well, fellas, I brought you here because I got news. Big news! I'm a bug of action. I make action films, and you are my action stars. I signed you up for a 6-flick deal, which will be shot and completed today! What?
Bug to the future.
Well, time's a-wasting, boys. Better get off to the limo. Action!
Alright, Bug 2. Twice the Bug. Actually, there's 3 playable characters in this one.
People asking if that was Adam Carolla doing that voice.
Very well could have been. Oh, this is loud.
Yeah, I'm adjusting it accordingly. There we go.
So the first game, Bug wanted to be a huge movie star. Second game, he gets his wish. He signed on to a big motion picture deal. And you gotta go on set and do all this shit. I don't know.
Options make game easy. It does not have that option.
B spit. C jump. Alright, so you got Bug, you got his slug dog friend.
And you got like 70s
and you got
Bug.
funky 70s Bug.
I'll be normal Bug for now.
Okay.
Bug even kind of looks like Gex. It's got
Yeah,
that...
they're both green. Both these
and
games
the
have
bellies too, yeah.
both these games have an overwhelming green aesthetic, which honestly kind of puts me off. It's not even a nice shade of green. It's like pukey green.
Okay.
I take it this would be the haunted set?
This does look like VeggieTales.
Oh my god, it is.
Alright, we have to unlock Larry Boy. Gotta learn the truth about God.
That's the only thing you know about VeggieTales is Larry Boy.
No, he has a friend named
Named who, Danny?
Apple Guy. Right? Wait, that's a fruit. Fuck!
Danny.
So, as I mentioned in Gex,
Bob,
video
thank you,
games in the
Tommy.
90s had a tendency to start in these really boring graveyard scenes. Hey, guess what Bug 2 does? It's this. I think this is kind of a hub world at this point.
Oh, it is. Okay, so this is a hub world. So it's got a hub world. That's different. So
Well,
that's
2 is
scene
to your
2.
left.
And this is, I assume this is level 1.
Yes. Oh, it's Evil Dead 2.
How do I...
I liked Evil Dead 2 before it became mainstream.
I really like that graphic, though.
Yeah,
It looks really good.
good color choice. Oh, it looks like the cropping is still good. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
you need
change
to-
it.
Cool.
Yeah, seriously, another graveyard first level. It's like they went into work on the first day and said, well, I'm out of ideas. What do you think? Graveyard level? Gotcha. Then we do volcano and ice. Yeah, you know how to do this.
actually really funny.
I like that.
That guy, I was gonna
Ghost
say,
that grab you by the shoulders and call you a loser.
so Twitter basically.
So this does look a little bit upgraded compared to the original Bug.
It does.
A little more open-ended these levels are, the graphics look a little better. This was released about a year after the original Bug, so the Saturn was out for a little while.
I'm so sorry, that loser joke was really funny to me.
Yeah, it already made more of an impression than anything in the first game.
Because,
so.
I guess my problem with Gex is that all the jokes are just, reference, and it's like, yeah, okay, I know, mod exists. Fucking, I get it, Soylent Green. That's not really a joke to say, oh, this reminds me of Soylent Green. I mean...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in some worlds that is a joke, and Lord knows I've...
Holy shit, Johnny Bazooka Tone also started with a graveyard
Yeah, I was
level.
gonna say that was also a
What the
graveyard
hell's wrong
game.
with you people? Why do they keep making games like that? And yeah, like Blab said, Graveyard makes no sense. You're immediately throwing out all this supernatural shit with no build-up. What do I expect from the game here? Start with, a Green Hill Zone or something.
Thanks, guy.
Oh, it looks like you do move with these platforms. That looks like it might be annoying.
Yes, it is.
You can also fall through them. Pretty good.
Like that. Don't know if I like that bug, but whatever.
It looked like the level became more shrouded in fog as you went on. That's kind of interesting. I'm looking for anything interesting in this game. You thought that guy was a friend, didn't you?
No, I didn't know if he was in my line of sight or not.
That is kind of a problem. Nice! Pulled it right out from under your feet.
Does Pumpkin Hill count as a graveyard level? That is such a good question.
It does, but they didn't put it as the first level of the game, so acceptable.
Is it the only... Are there other graveyard levels in Sonic?
I was gonna say Mystic Cave, but that's not a graveyard.
Does Mario have any graveyard levels?
He has ghost houses.
I guess those are they're
There's
haunted.
no grave markers or anything in those levels. Man, you've brought up a really interesting line of thought here. Does Mario have graveyard levels?
Does Mario have graveyards?
We know that dead things exist in the Mario world and that they have an afterlife, as
Yes.
seen by the booze.
Mm-hmm. Still can't spit. Kind of wanted to
Should have let him grab you.
Honestly.
That's great.
That is just...
I like it because
really
it takes
funny.
Bug down a peg, too.
Yeah, that's the thing about all these sassy mascot
They have to get some kind of comeuppance, right?
Yeah, they're always
It's fun to watch them fall on their face, make asses out of themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of... Please, camera.
And yeah, the music's alright, but it's still very typical graveyard level 1 music. Alright, I got a new idea for a list. Top games that feature a graveyard as the first level.
Well, I already know which one's going to be number 1, so...
Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh shit, I forgot. And that's your, favorite game.
Mm-hmm. See, that worked once. You don't have to do it every fucking time.
You
I don't know.
just-
I don't know who I'm getting mad at here. Just non-specific game developers from the '90s.
I don't know what I'm doing. I think I have to wait till
Oh yeah, we got Halloween coming up. This might be profitable. I mean, fun. There's
Damn it.
profit in graveyard games.
It won't let me go and eat.
Can you go to the right?
No, I can't. No, God!
Don't listen to me ever. Alright, here's the game over screen. I'm waiting. I expect
Will
to
Bug
be blown
shake
away.
his ass? Oh, man!
Well, you have to get to the actual game over.
So I'll let this go to no.
They gotta ramp this up. Please put your kids to bed. You don't want them to see this. Oh my god!
They've doubled the ass!
They doubled the butt! I wasn't expecting there to be anything there, but they really did up the ante in terms of number of butts.
I can't believe it.
What's more, there was butts smushing a thing. That's a whole different fetish right there.
Well, people are saying butt 2 and 2 butts.
Mm-hmm. This is double the fun, double the butts, triple the bug. Let me play this. I gotta come to grips with this game. Still like his face here in this scene.
He does look fucking...
I like it when the enemies call him a loser.
Yeah, there's... I don't know. I think Bug... I find Bug, like, more authentically charming than I do Gex, if that makes any sense. Like...
Yeah, he feels like a more organic character. Even though he's totally driven by marketing, it's less obvious than Gex.
Like, you know...
Bug has a little bit of a soul.
Funky.
Funky.
Like, with Bug... I can see this guy, like... I don't know. I think he's more relatable. Also, his jokes aren't instantly dated.
Hey, if this hearse is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. They had to cut that from the final game.
Why did we get this stream so horny?
I'm gonna enter a cheat code for this game too, so we can see more of it beyond the graveyard. Imagine if I didn't enter cheat codes and all the games we played tonight, you just saw nothing but graveyard. Because, spoiler, the next game we're gonna play also starts in a fucking graveyard.
Maybe you should just... Danny, maybe you should just get over it and, like, fucking call ourselves the Graveyard Pals. What the fuck?
Here we go.
You suck. I wanted to know this.
Ooh, fly cheat. That sounds good. What do we want? 72
71.
levels, really? We want desert, garden, centipede, haunted, Cubert.
That's right, Gex doesn't even have an ass.
Okay, I'm a little bit too curious about Cubert. Oh, it's a bonus song. Do you get to play Cubert?
Did Zombies Ate My Neighbors start in a graveyard?
That would make sense if it did. Oh, this is Cubert, look! Oh.
Well.
Yeah, the internal level name for that was Cubert. Yeah, this is the way to play this game.
Look at that shitty logo, too. I love this.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the carnival. Fleawee's Big Adventure. That references an actual movie.
And the joke is actually... Yeah, okay.
Though actually they should be referring to Big Top Pee-wee, but nobody likes that movie. Hey, look. It's Bug at the circus. What do you think?
I really like the song.
Pain to the membrane.
Oh, he has a different voice!
He does! I like that. That's good. I like variety in the smartass quips. And he said insane in the membrane.
Pain to the membrane.
He said pain to the membrane.
Oh, pain to the membrane. Okay.
I don't know. So, can you do your cheat, or...
There we go.
This is...
Ooh, I like this debug mode. This is cool.
Oh, wow. Bye.
Man, the game would be so much more fun if you could do that by default.
Are those... Wait. Are those hot dogs? Oh, no, they're just right. They're just weird fleas. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, fleas, I guess. So doing this, you can actually see how they design the levels and what their levels, the layouts typically are. It doesn't look like it's too different from Bug 1. There's more gimmicks like these falling walls and different playable characters and so on. But it was just a year after the original Bug, so they couldn't really do that much to improve it. And just like the first game, I'm going to consider this a 2D platformer, since you are usually going along these rails, these paths. Do you agree, Alex?
I think I do. I'm checking chat here, and they're all talking about, oh yeah, I guess those fleas are Tasmanian Devil ripoffs.
Everything's a ripoff in Bug.
I think it's kind of interesting. I think that I still think
Pain to the membrane.
I still find Bug much more interesting than other platforms, even though it's a little bit harder to control and things like that.
He's more likable. He tries to do something a little bit different with his gameplay.
It is a little bit different, and as much as it does do a lot of those like reference stuff, I don't know. It doesn't feel as...
It's a little bit more subtle than Gex.
Oh my god, Gex! Gex is just...
Or even in the story, he was just like, "Oh, that was just like in Mod."
Yeah, it reminds me of a lot of that humor in the 2000s. We were all just like, yeah, reference, joke.
Yeah, just that's it. That's the joke.
Yeah, and it's just like... And I don't know why Bug feels less like that than...
He's less soulless.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Bug that I just don't hate. Bug, I just don't hate it.
He's alright. I can deal with his existence. I can understand why he exists. This game, I also have the feeling that less stress was put on the programmers, since you don't have a huge tell-all about this game's development.
That's why.
That, and it seems like it was pretty simply scoped. They didn't try to do a million different gameplay styles like with Gex, and have it blow up in their faces. This game's also really challenging. So many clowns and things. It's gonna be hard not judging this game based on the debug mode, because this is fun.
Yeah, this game isn't as mean-spirited as Gex, definitely.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Who said that? Is that... Applesaucer, yeah.
That goes a long way towards likability. I want to play one more level.
Okay.
I want to see what else you got here.
Chad is mentioning face sitting, so...
Damn it, Bug. This is all your fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there weren't nearly as... You did not really see Mod on, because I watched a lot of old... Wow, phone! I thought I had alerts turned off. I'm gonna turn this to Do Not Disturb.
Psych 1. Here we go. Cicada Night Fever.
I kind of like that. But yeah, I actually don't remember there being a lot of Mod reruns back in the 90s. Because I watched a lot of old shitty TV. I watched a lot of TV. I watched a lot of syndicated TV. I watched a lot of old TV. I watched... Maybe that's why I hate Gex, because it's it feels like I'm being called out.
It's
know?
like fake nostalgia. You actually know what the shit is that he's talking about. And he's just a pretender.
Or maybe I just hate him because he reminds me too much of myself.
Could be.
Fuck
it, I'm flying.
But yeah, I watched a lot of
look at these
TV
colors.
back in the day. I watched Nick at Night and all the local channels that... God help me, I watched so much UHF. I miss UHF.
I watched a lot of Nick at Night, too. I was the only kid in school to be familiar with Make Room for Daddy.
Okay, you're more than me. I never watched Make Room for Daddy.
That is an old-ass show.
I watched Andy Griffith, and I watched, I didn't even watch I Love Lucy, really.
Chill, man.
What did I fucking watch?
You watched My Three Sons.
I did not watch... My Three Sons looked boring to me, so I didn't watch it.
It was pretty boring.
It just, I was like, this is gonna be one of those boring... I didn't watch Leave It to Beaver either, or...
This is another one of those shows about sons. I hate this.
There were so many shows about sons. I did watch Dennis the Menace, but...
Oh yeah, Dennis the Menace was good.
That kid was a dick. I loved it.
He sure was.
All the other kids were they were just kind of boring, middle
Dennis
class.
killed a guy in the Dennis the Menace movie.
Jesus Christ, Danny!
He was kidnapped and then he force-fed him beans until he exploded.
Danny, are you lying to me?
I'm not lying.
What
People who have seen Dennis the Menace, back me up here. A lot of messed up movies in the 90s. I saw that in the theater. Don't know what these are.
God, you're right. It's so weird. Home Improvement is now one of the things on fucking Nick at Night. Back in my day, we watched Home Improvement on regular TV, and we didn't have to go all the way to old TV to watch fucking Home Improvement.
Yeah, it was the good old days.
God.
When they showed good TV on network TV.
Oh God, Muscle Kong, you should have been here for when we played the Home Improvement game.
Oh yeah. I think this is better than Home Improvement.
Oh God, yeah, it is. It's probably higher on our list. Home Improvement is too hard.
I agree. Why'd they make it so hard? Squish. We're flying again.
Home Improvement will never die, Mrs. Jency.
Fucking Home Improvement.
That's why.
It'll be forever syndicated for the rest of our lives.
Ooh, I'll have to check that out later. Thank you, Electric Boogaloo.
I think we've seen enough of this game. So it's got many varied environments beyond the graveyard level, luckily. And it seems to be an improvement over Bug 1, if only just. It doesn't seem like a huge revelation or anything. So we'll rate it above Home Improvement, we'll rate it above Bug.
What?
But it definitely is better than the original Bug because there are multiple asses.
Yep,
Also
in terms of butts, this is a 10 out of 10.
All right, and one more time for the fans.
One for the road.
Here it is.
You think if there was a Bug 3, there would be 3 asses? Could they just keep going if this had become a series? Would we be up to Bug 12 and we'd have a huge 12-ass game over screen? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves because there never was a Bug 3.
Let's make a Bug 3 like the people who made Unoid 2.
Yeah.
Let's do a Bug 3
Bubsy.
jam, and it can be the Bug 3 game. It can be in any genre you want. The only thing is it must have 3 asses. 3 very well
at least 3 asses.
In the game over screen. That is the only rule for the Bug jam.
There's been inflation over the years. We demand more asses. Wait, inflation's like a different thing.
Jesus Christ.
This is a real train wreck of a stream, but whatever. We're about to be annihilated by a hurricane.
I was going to say, this is the biggest hurricane that's going to hit landfall in the wild.
Might as well go out with a bang.
Speaking of bang, I'm sorry, but
here he is,
Bonanza
Mr. Bones.
on the Bubsy Bang Bus.
God damn it.
Thank
what
you,
have I done?
I need to shut up.
What have I done?
Okay, let's move on.
So this is a game we have played before, back when we were Adventure Pals, but let's go ahead and play it again. This is Mr. Bones, created by Ed Annunziata, creator of Echo the Dolphin. He and his team at Zono made this game for the Sega Saturn and nothing else.
This game rules. I'm going to turn it up.
Oh yeah, the audio in this game is really important. What's that move? Oh, it's Mr. Bones! Alright, if you've never seen this game before, get ready for a treat.
If you like skeletons...
Because this game is a trip. Alex, why don't you do the honors?
Oh,
Show us the first graveyard level of Mr. Bones. I don't know how it shook out in the poll this week, but you guys managed to pick 3 games that start in a fucking graveyard.
Wait, I meant to go to the...
It's fine.
Okay. We'll still do the intro, or...?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all.
I don't think it gives you an intro before this part. It just kind of starts you in media res. So you're a skeleton, and the other skeletons hate you, so you have to escape from them.
Let me turn down the sound a little.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention. I had to turn down the sound. I hope you understand. And then I just looked at chat, and... there he goes.
Mr. Bones is dead. Good job.
You're welcome. There we go. I think the audio should be good now. Okay.
So the other thing about Mr. Bones...
Yeah, I remembered an intro cutscene, but I could be crazy.
No, it plays after a couple levels.
Oh, okay.
At first you're just started running away. You gotta get away from these skeletons. Then you get a little bit of the story. Turns out that Mr. Bones is a dead bluesman, and he's out to...
cutscene.
Oh, here you go. This game's all about skeleton power. You'll see.
Midnight. Day 1 of a new world. Every night the army of darkness gains more soldiers. Tonight, the world will be mine. single night, my army of darkness, of purity, will descend upon the earth. Then there will be no more conflict, no more struggle between good and evil. There will
Only skeletons.
be evil. The world will be pure as the black void of space. Only in absolute purity can absolute beauty be found.
It's
And
skeletons.
The only purity there
It's skeletons.
is evil.
Oh, okay.
Evil skeletons. So yep, it mixes live action full motion video with 90s CG. Not many games did that.
Didn't I used to have more skin on these bones? Man, you know I got the blues. Excuse me, did I miss something? What's going on? Oh, I see. Nice talking to you. Somebody's messing with something he shouldn't be messing with. Now we're living proof of that. Undead proof, anyway.
A bluesman.
You are an impurity.
Hey, let's not get personal now.
You will be dissolved.
Uh-oh.
This game really could have been cool, Trough of Luxury. Like, oh, there's so much potential here.
And yeah, since folks have been asking all day, Austin is pretty far from the coast, so we're fine. And we're going to be fine. But thank y'all for asking. We will be...
Reminder, if the power suddenly goes out, we'll go
Yeah.
offline, but we're fine.
Worst comes to worst, our power's probably going to go out.
So in maybe the worst first level I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah, I'm not going to survive this first level. Oh, God!
This starts you in a graveyard, it's
Get my bone, let me
auto-scrolling,
get my bone!
and it's FMV.
And I died.
Alex, you were amazingly bad at Mr. Bones.
Yeah,
Don't you know
well-
you have to rapidly tap the A button to reabsorb your bones?
Obviously! Rapidly tap the A
Fuck.
button!
God! You should just know this. I'm taking over now. Alright, Alex will be feeding me your Mr. Bones trivia and adulation.
Hey.
What are people saying about Mr. Bones?
They like the pixelated bongos.
Yeah. Bongos do play a role in this game, as does music. The best part of this game, really, are the different musical mini-games, I think.
It's a grave escape.
There's so many parts of this game that are so memorable, and so many parts that are so shit. Like this. So what you're doing here is you just move him back and forth. You don't really control the speed of his run, because that's dictated by the video running in the background. There's a later level where you run from rolling logs that I actually think works way better than this, but this first level, it's a real turd.
It really sucks. I just want to fucking say that. I like this game, but I hate this level.
See, the advantage to doing pre-rendered video here is you can see 3D, like everything moves with realistic perspective as it moves by, but it's all just dark gravestones and trees and shit. It's nothing really great. And yeah, as I mentioned, Mr. Bones can lose his bones if your bone energy gets too low. And when that happens, you have to reattach your bones by rapidly tapping the A button to fill up your bone power in the upper right. Not really intuitive or anything you'd want to do, but that's how it works. You pick up the butterflies to restore your bone health. They're full of calcium.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So you know that song, "Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, full of calcium."
Exactly, it was about that song was about this game.
Everybody was just a huge Mr. Bones fan back in the day.
Well, I'm losing my energy. That means you lose your bones more easily. And after a while, he just kind of starts hopping around. So, each individual part of his body is individually rendered. It's polygonal. That's fairly impressive. They'll have collision, they react somewhat realistically when you collide with stuff. Except all that's really just in service of making the game more difficult and less fun. In my opinion.
Your girl Sienna says that red stuff is bone-hurting juice.
Yes.
Fuck, that's good.
We've resurrected an army of the dead with bone-hurting juice.
Ravenworks had the same goof. I'm glad we're all still thinking about bone-hurting juice. I'm glad that meme has still stayed with us throughout the ages, because it's...
Throughout the ages.
Throughout the ages, being like, what,
month.
how many months? 3 months? Memes go so fast these days.
The problem is that these levels go on a little long. And, you know, for at least the first level, I expect a checkpoint or two. Actually, when you die, it's game over. It sends you back to the title screen. Though you do have unlimited continues, and you can start from any level you've unlocked. But yeah, real difficult. What I'm gonna do is enter the level select code and skip around a little bit, show the best and worst of Mr. Bones, so we can get a full impression of what he's like. And those of you looking forward to the joke-telling level, don't worry, I got you covered.
The level's good.
It is. Alright, what's this code?
The bone-hurting juice meme, by the way, is literally someone being like, oh no, I just drank bone-hurting juice. Ow, oof, ouch. That's literally it. That's literally the entire joke, is you saying that. Like, oh no, this is bone-hurting juice.
There we go.
That's the meme.
Alright, so anyway, you get past that. Let's go ahead and get to the first actual side-scrolling level, since this is what we'll be grading the game on. Unfortunately, we are ranking this game based on its quality as a platformer. That's not great for Mr. Bones.
No, poor Mr. Bones is gonna get screwed in the
This game is mostly a platformer, and the platforming parts are generally the worst part of the game. Getting some real Johnny Bazooka tone flashbacks here with this starting segment here. So you can zap these skeletons, take them down. Can you do anything else? I think there's a move where you can actually split your body apart, but I don't want to do that.
So yeah, Mr. Bones has the advantage where you do get to play as a skeleton. I can't think of a lot of games. I know there must be others, but I can't think of too many games where you get to play
Yeah,
as
everyone loves skeletons. Skeletons don't star in many games.
They need to be, yeah. Give skeletons more roles.
They really get a bad rap. Like skeletons, the strongest character in the original Dark Souls. Can you play as a skeleton? No, of course not. That would be unbalanced. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here.
What weapon is he shooting? Is that like a laser, or is it like bone power?
It's his blue power, which represents good.
And he's a
I hope
blues
that answers your
musician,
question.
and the blues is good, correct?
Yeah, we're about to learn how he gets his power through the blues in the next segment.
I wish this game played better, because I know I'm going to have to rank it not as good.
It's so cool in concept.
Yeah.
I really love it. They actually tapped a session studio musician for this game.
It was
famous bluesman Ronnie Montrose.
Yeah. Actually, I think
he's played with a few famous bands in the past, and he actually has a starring role in some of the FMV scenes.
Yeah.
Though it's not his voice, they actually redub him for some reason.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo threw up the wiki page for him in the chat, which is cool.
There is a soundtrack for this game. My dad had the soundtrack for this game, and it's really good, actually. A lot of good original guitar work went into this. And I've lost my legs. That's fine. Who needs them?
So yeah, this game is hard. It's at many
Wish
times...
Mr. Bones didn't make it so hard on us. Now I'm just a spine and a skull. Ain't that how it goes?
God, ain't that the fucking life, huh?
That old spine and skull blues. So real easy to die, and once you die, the level's over. You have to start all the way over from the beginning. Some of the levels are really long, not really intuitive, or fun to play, or good, or well considered. There are good parts of this game, though, and we're about to get to one of them. So turn this up. We're about to see old Ronnie Montrose here in person. I like these ghosts.
Those ghosts are me.
I think we're about due for a Mr. Bones revival, with the popularity of the share zone and all.
Cold snap. You better face facts, Mr. Bones. They ain't gonna leave you alone. Some red-eyed devil's gonna make his bones tonight. Yeah, maybe I should just let him. What's that sound? Yeah, maybe there's a hotel I could hole up in. Some gingerbread house, bed and breakfast, skeleton hotel. I don't know this place, but I know that sound. But how do I know?
Hey, you skeleton!
Someone out there? Who are you? What do you want? No, I know someone's out there. Either come inside or be on your way.
How does that thing do that? It would make that pretty noise.
What, have you been dead for 50 years? It's called a guitar, son. Why don't you try one on for size?
Here we go, skeleton playing guitar.
It's all we need in this world.
That's what you came here for tonight.
Don't think about it. Just play it. There you go.
Those look like pretty accurate hand motions is the fucked up thing.
Uh-oh, sounds like I'm back in serious jelly.
Are you messing with the Gullion?
The Goulian?
The man with the drums.
Yes, sir, we are messing.
You'd better hang on to that guitar. It might come in handy.
Thanks. Later on.
They mocapped an actual skeleton playing guitar for this game.
That's so good.
How about that? One chord and I wigged him. Now, y'all can't talk, but you can listen. And maybe even feel.
Alright, time to teach these skeletons to feel. With blues. We're playing the guitar. You ever found yourself up on the top of a mountain playing guitar to a bunch of skeletons?
Once in a while.
So you have all these licks mapped to the face buttons on the Saturn controller. And you have to press and hold one at the start of each measure. It's pretty simplistic, but just look at it.
Yeah, you...
How can you hate
The
this?
skeletons have little, like, candles that they're using like lighters at a concert. I fucking love it.
Gotta get back on track here. The PlayStation have this? Nope.
Yeah, this... Like, that's why I don't want to hate Mr. Bones, because there's a lot of really interesting ideas in Mr. Bones. Like... And I also have a huge soft spot for games where you use the power of music to, like, do things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's inspiring.
Electric Boogaloo with the Macross reference.
Nice.
Oh man, now they're all good because the blues was so good. They were like,
I played
holy
the
shit,
bad
the
away.
blues.
The only cure for bone hurting juice.
It's the blues.
They don't make them like they used to. Good thing I've got a sense of humor. A situation like this could be downright depressing.
He says, entering the worst level of the game. Just kidding, there's a bunch of worst levels in this game.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's a really interesting idea that is not fun to play.
God, just take these CG cutscenes and make a better game around them. That's all I want.
Oh, there go all my bones.
I've lost my bones once again.
So yeah, his bones get stolen in this level.
And you gotta track them down.
Oh god!
All while fighting these, Frankensteins? I guess? I don't know.
Smebs makes a good point. Mascot platformers are as much about charm and heart than mechanics and design. And that's true.
And that's
actually
our
very
main
true.
conflict here. We do consider things like charm and variety and likability in our list.
Because, like, I think Bug is more likable than Gex, even though Gex may be a little bit easier to play in the long run. I would prefer to play Bug because, I mean, he's a little bit more charming. You know?
Yeah. You could stand to be around him for longer.
Yeah, I don't... He's not a guy who, if he makes a bunch of references and you get them but you don't respond to them, he'd be like, oh, do you know what I meant? I was talking about the movie Soylent Green, you know?
Let me explain. This is from episode 52 of Battlestar Galactica. This sucks.
This level sucks,
I've beaten this
man.
game legit. I have beaten all these levels legit. I'm not going to do that ever again. Not when this level select code exists, because it's not worth it. Luckily, you won't be missing much by skipping these levels. All the narrative, I guess you can call it, is in the CG cutscenes. The worst thing is, after finishing this level, which is torture, then you get to Dawn of the Bats and then Day of the Bats, so there's 3 different levels of this altogether that you have to play in a row. I think the worst part of the game is this overhead section where you're like on an ice lake, real easy to fall through and die. No fun.
Oh no, is he gonna turn evil?
Yeah, he's evil.
The blue's gone.
Let's play a couple more levels.
I agree.
We so rarely get a chance to drag out Mr. Bones. Let's have him put on a show for us. There's the... Let's go ahead and play the log level. This shows the platforming in kind of a different light. Should also note this game's on 2 discs because there's just that much FMV.
Dickhead. I love the way his arms flail when he runs. I just want to say that.
See, compared to the
Look
first
at
level...
the skeleton action! I love this!
Compared to the first level, this is bright and cheery. You can clearly tell what's going on. And the concept, in and of itself, is hilarious to start with. A skeleton running away from FMV logs while blues music plays in the background. This is Mr. Bones at his best. This is the game showing creativity and actually being playable while it does it. Not always the case.
It's a shiny level.
Should have put this at the start of the game instead of that graveyard.
I actually agree with y'all.
I lost an arm.
There it is.
I got it. Yeah, crunch. I'm gonna go ahead and get crushed here. We got a lot more to show off. Should also note this is one of the few games to incorporate spoken word music, as we're about to see in the next
Oh, this
couple
level's
of levels.
cool! Yes, good, yes, good, yes, good.
Let's play Glass Shards.
This level is cool.
Yeah, turn up the background music here. We're just gonna reflect on life as we play through this level for the next minute or so. Please join us in contemplation.
The first thing, somebody to realize that wants to know what the blues is, the first thing they gotta realize is that everybody's in it.
Look at him go!
She's a little baby as soon as he comes out of mama and has the blues. You know, not a matter of not having the blues or not knowing. It's a matter of not recognizing, what it is. It's just like we think that, just because somebody's got $10 million, they're happy.
That ain't the case.
I'd be pretty happy with $10 million, so.
Yeah.
I can't prove this, but this is how I figure it. And if prison ain't the blues, man, I don't know what is.
Tell me about
it. There's been times when I've just been, just down, like they say, so far I can't see where up is at.
No!
Goodbye, Mr.
You don't know what to do with it. You can't hold on to it inside forever, or you figure it'll bust you apart, and you can't let go of it to anybody because that won't necessarily do any, fix the problem. Sometimes a man's got to cry. Man, he's supposed to cry, he ain't a man or something, so he takes his guitar and he just kind of...
Oh, there's no bottomless pit. But, yeah. I love this game, but I don't like playing it.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship.
While he's got this thing that will make a noise and we give him company and all, he can say things that sometimes it's a little hard to get out in words.
This track is seriously 5 minutes long, and it's the dude just rambling on like, yeah, the blues is real bad, you can be real sad. Oh, prison, that's the worst, dude. And then there's this.
I'm actually with Loveless. Mr. Bones reminds me of a bloated concept album. Good in idea, but bad in execution.
Oh my god, that's so
true. That is brilliant, actually.
Just so many people tossing in ideas, but nobody around to make it coherent.
Oh, this one.
Here you can see which drums you have to play based on the those chords in the background. Cables, rather. And you just hold in a direction. Another really simple music challenge, but one that's pretty effective in terms of the story. And just in breaking up the action in general. Plus, it's a skeleton playing the bongos.
Yeah, you don't need to know anything else other than there's a skeleton playing the bongos.
I want to say this level was recently featured on Classics of Game.
Yeah, Chad actually mentioned that.
As an out of context thing, this works pretty well as a Classics of Game.
I'm just glad Classics of Game is back, by the way.
Me too. They're doing daily videos now. That's amazing.
I don't know who they are.
We went so many years without them.
But I'm glad they're back. I'm so glad whoever they are that they're back. I love Classics of Game. If you ever somehow hear this, thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work.
I know the latest one was, oh god, what was it?
It was for Cosmic Race.
Yes!
They put up a Cosmic Race video today. I was so happy. And they showed what happens at the start of a level where you just go into the ground. Just perfect.
I don't think anyone knows who Classics of Game is, the opponent. I don't know either. I mean, maybe someone does, but
I'm pretty sure they're part of the Barkley Collective, the people currently making Barkley 2.
No way.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't know about that.
Hey, if the person wants to reveal himself, if Gaming's Banksy wants to give us the hot scoop.
Ganksy.
Ganksy.
Gameski. I like, God. There was a recent Classics of Game that I forget the game, but it was just a wrestling game with a fire on the outside.
Oh yeah, the dude exits the ring and just catches on fire.
Yeah, that is, and then they lost the match. That is basically me.
Did it. I actually beat a level of Mr. Bones.
Yes, thank you. It's Tales of Games. Yes, that's
yeah, that's them.
I don't know if they do Classics of Game, but it does seem like their style, but you know.
Pretty sure it's in their wheelhouse.
I don't know. I don't want to make any declarations in case it's This blips.
I got going there.
Alex, I think it's time for disc 2. Put in disc 2. So you've seen Mr. Bones thoughtfully tread across these glass shards. You've seen him play the bongos, play the guitar. But can he win your heart?
Just turn it off and open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'm tempted to just skip right to the comedian level. I may do that anyway. Because if this game innovates, it doesn't just do so in terms of music-driven gameplay. It does so in terms of joke-driven gameplay.
Oh, this is so good.
This is the only game I've seen that has a mechanic that's even remotely similar to this. I can't think of anything else like this.
Loveless mentioning that Mr. Bones being 2 discs gives even more credence to the concept album theory.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's a double album. Twice the FMV. He would have this giant gatefold album cover.
Like those old... Was it EA who had those record covers, or...?
I think that was them, yeah. Here's the ice levels if you ever want to play those yourself. I'm not going to play them. Look them up if you want to see something truly infuriating.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll show one more platforming level before getting to the best part of the game. This is another pretty inventive thing to do in terms of side-scrolling platformers. You gotta save the Lilliputians in this level. Because, as so happens, he starts reenacting Gulliver's Travels at some point.
Just why fucking not?
Including the part where they all get kidnapped by spiders. You gotta stop them. I guess I just like this level because it's not impossible and horribly frustrating. I also like that it has multiple styles of music in it too. It's not just all blues or whatever. Oh, I've started sucking now. I said this wasn't infuriating, but it kind of is. In that kind of low-key way that Mr. Bones is. Fuck it, let's get to the jokes.
Okay.
I'm already pissed off.
We're going to Skeleton Joke Town.
All right, here we go. The part you came to see. The real standout feature in Mr. Bones. Funny Bones.
Oh god, the developers of this went on to games like Battle for Troy, Riot Police, and the History Channel, Alamo, Fight for Independence.
They made an Alamo game?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Oh, don't cry. It's only me. Knock, knock. Boo. Oh, don't cry. It's only me.
So to explain things just briefly, you tell a joke in this level, in each segment. Each segment of the joke is mapped to a different button on the face of the Saturn controller, and the only way to figure out what parts of the jokes are is to actually push the buttons and experiment. So you end up with some pretty fucked up punchlines at first.
Hangs out with musicians. What do you call a guy hangs out with musicians? A drummer. Who...
Oh, I see.
What do you call a guy who hangs out with musicians? A drummer.
Oh, a drummer goofs. You can
See
tell we're
that?
playing a musician game.
That was a 4-part joke. That's a four-hit combo.
How do you give him some sheet music to stop playing?
Oh, I see.
How do you get a guitar player to stop playing? Give him some sheet music.
Okay, some of these are pretty funny. I'm sorry.
It's all music jokes.
This horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, why the long face?"
Got that one first try. That was a frame-perfect joke.
And the other blue. They collided. One was painted red. There were 2 ships. One was painted red. They collided.
Shit.
There were 2 ships. One was painted red and the other blue. They collided. At last report, the survivors were marooned.
That was a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 5-part joke.
What goes? A zombie driving through a flashing red light.
I just liked his delivery.
Shoot one. How do you get two drummers to play in unison? Shoot one.
There we go. Don't start with the punchline, Mr. Bones.
What you got there is a Stradivarius and a Rembrandt.
Classic
I found
one-liner.
this violin and this picture in the attic the other day. I took him to the auctioneer, and he says, what you got there is a Stradivarius and a Rembrandt. Unfortunately, Stradivarius was a rotten painter, and Rembrandt couldn't make violins.
Wah, waka, waka, waka. Look at that strut he does after this level. I love that. Yep. I just told some good jokes. Also, that's the second to last level. Right after this is the final boss. This is how they end the game. I kind of want to just replay that level now. Because it's kind of an inventive mechanic. You have to mentally string together the joke in your head as you hear these different segments. It's a challenge that's not in any other game. Oh, and at the end, it's also related to music. Fuck that, I want to tell jokes again.
Danny, really?
Yeah, there's like a few dozen jokes in this game. Seriously. And like I said, what I wanted to do here was to show Mr. Bones at his best. And what is this if not Mr. Bones at his best?
That's true.
Alright, get your funny bones ready. I'm gonna tickle them.
Here we go. Danny's telling his patented goofs and goofers.
On the chalkboard. Why did the teacher on the chalkboard? Why did the teacher draw a dot on the chalkboard? He wanted to illustrate a point.
There we go. Why did a teacher on the chalkboard?
If you were standing sideways, I couldn't even see you. You guys are so skinny. If you were standing sideways, I couldn't even see you.
There we go. Joke at the crowd's expense. They love it.
Shine a flashlight in his ear. You want to make a zombie's eyes light up? Shine a flashlight in his ear.
Those zombies. Skeletons hate zombies.
Cross the road.
Got it. I'll cross the road.
Why'd the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
You'd think they'd have heard that one before, but maybe it's been a while.
Abby. Happy birthday to knock knock. Who's there? Abby. Abby who? Happy birthday to you.
I'm laughing. I don't care.
Hey, why the long face? This horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, hey, why the long face?
Heard that one before. Hit me with some new material, Mr. Bones.
Death comedy jam.
If you were wearing white shirts and red ties, you'd look like thermometers. You guys are so skinny. If you were wearing white shirts and red ties, you'd look like thermometers.
Zing. Got him. One more.
Say to the other wall. What did one wall say? What did one wall say to the other wall? Meet you at the corner.
That's pretty
Sorry, I had to remix it there.
Say.
Had to make it my own.
Say.
What did one wall say? Mr. Bones, I think that about sums it up. He's so likable, and yet when you try to play his game, it's just like a kick in the face.
It is.
It's so rough. Oh, man.
Shaxford says, you'd figure Mr. Bones would work blue.
You'd figure Mr. Bones would work blue.
Oh, God, that was good. That was really
If I ever make a game, it'll have mechanics like that, where you have to put together jokes.
Please put in goof mechanics, yeah.
I guess something similar would be the insult sword fighting in Monkey Island. That's the only thing I can think of that's even remotely like that, but I love it.
Is it time?
It's time. Let's rake the mascots.
Let me hear this music. Yeah, this can play behind us while we figure out what mascots we like.
Okay. Some nice foreboding music for the upcoming hurricane.
It's loading. Oh yeah, so we do this, I think this is, so just so you know, we do this mascot stream every Friday, not just on hurricanes. So if you like it, please come by.
Yeah, we do this every Friday. Again, we're ripping off Hardcore Gaming 101's 47,000 Games podcast. Listen to them. They have a much more comprehensive overview. Us, we're just looking at the mascot platformers. We're ranking them.
I just got it just a little
While Alex gets that ready, as a recap, if you were here last week, a certain blue hedgehog came around and just stomped all over the place, completely ruining our rankings.
Look at that.
It had to come at some point. Yeah, we ranked the hedgehogs, and Sonic 2 is at the top with his friends Sonic Mania, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the original Sonic the Hedgehog. So he's on top for now, and the games we played tonight aren't gonna unseat him from his current position, but I look forward to the future because there are some games that I think could give Sonic a run for his money. Not tonight, though. So what are we looking at here? We
got...
Let's save Mr. Bones for last. All right.
Okay, so we're at Bubsy. As our longtime mascot likers know, did I just call our streamers, our viewers, mascot likers? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I don't know if you like
We have
mascots.
to win them over. We
Okay,
have to show
so-
these mascots in their best light.
So our our medium game, our kind of bog standard 5 out of 5 is Bubsy.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
He's right there in the middle. Perfectly mediocre, alongside the original Bug and Mr. Nuts. So let's start with Bug 2, let's say. We can easily say it's better than the original Bug.
Which is here. So yeah, better than Bug. Is it better than Super Putty?
Yes.
Really?
I want to say it's better than Clockwork Knight. I enjoyed it more.
Bug 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I think we finally found a center place for this. It's around as good as Clockwork Knight. Can you say that
I
much?
don't know if it's worse or better than Clockwork Knight. If I could say it's equal to Clockwork Knight, I would say that. But
I want to put it between Clockwork Knight and Normie's Beach Baborama.
I do too.
That recognizes that it's better than the original Bug, but not so much better. It wasn't revolutionary.
Okay, I think I am going to put it below Clockwork Knight. But above Normie's Beach Baborama because it had 2 butts, not
Exactly.
one.
Double the butts.
Let's put that here.
Sonic should be disqualified for doping? Yes, I agree.
Oh god. Okay, so
We have to face the fact that he is a mascot, and a lot of these games wouldn't have existed if not for Sonic.
Mhm.
So as much as it feels unfair to put him at the top, that's where he belongs. At least for now.
So next is, I don't want to do this either. Next is Gex.
Gex, huh? Alright, let's start. Alex, why don't you suggest a starting point? Because I don't know where to start either. Gex, I think, is just barely than Bubsy.
I don't like him. I don't eat.
Bubsy, compared to Bubsy, Gex has 3 hit points. The play is slower, more manageable. He's less slippery. I would argue, at least for now.
Gex plays better than Gex plays better than Bubsy. I will agree, 100%. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. But
Is it his personality?
I want to fucking punch him in the face. It's just, I want to tell him to go back to writing, like, the worst jokes imaginable and leave me alone. And Bubsy is not, but Bubsy isn't, like, constantly bombarding me with goofs and goofers about fucking, like, Soylent Green or fucking Maud. Remember Maud? And he isn't as... I'm so sorry, Gex. Your backstory's fucking depressing.
It goes on, too.
You've had a horrible life, and you'd think I'd identify with you more like that, but I'm much more, Rocky Rodin, he's had a hard life, too.
The thing about Gex is after his tragedy, most characters would use this as a springboard to become, like, superheroes or better. Gex just shut himself off from reality and watched TV for 20 years.
Like, yeah, that's the
While
thing.
that is more relatable, it's not
yeah.
something I would necessarily like about myself.
He's definitely, like, at least with Rocky Rodin, like...
Rocky Rodin, he's also identifiable.
He's identifiable, but I find him a lot less annoying. But he's not constantly screaming references at me.
So Smeb suggests between Bug and Bubsy. I can kind of agree with that.
I agree, too.
I would put him a few notches higher, but then again, I'm kind of immune to his shtick.
Yeah,
if you're still new to him,
It's
he's kind of in your face, kind of unlikable.
That's the problem, because for me, it is because it's a very, very playable game. You can absolutely play it, have a good time, if you have his voice shut off, then it's a fine game.
We also have a vote for below Mr. Nuts. I like Gex more than Mr. Nuts. While Mr. Nuts didn't talk, and thus you can't hate him as much, his level design was much, much worse.
Mm-hmm.
And while Gex was a product of extreme mismanagement and just a completely dysfunctional project, it still came out pretty well in the end, especially considering how it could have gone.
Yeah, I guess I can see it. I guess so.
On the other hand, I don't feel too strongly. I feel that Gex is a 7 out of 10 if we had to rank it.
God help me. Maybe I would put Gex. I would put Gex above Bubsy.
He wouldn't be too far above Bubsy. We can put him on the same continuum where they each balance each other out in terms of gameplay and likability.
Okay, I think you're right. Like, Gex and Bubsy can be equal in our center there.
They're both equally.
Yeah.
They're kind of equally grading to start with, and then Gex takes it too far.
Yeah, I guess I can put it above Bubsy, but if it were up to me, I would put it equal to Bubsy. Like,
it's only on the strength of the gameplay being slightly better than Bubsy. There he is. Gex is finally on our list.
He's on a lot of systems, so I'm just gonna put down Saturn for this.
I'll fix it later.
Okay.
If we ever play the 3D platformers, if we ever decide to rank those, we're gonna have to play a lot more Gex games. But for now, this puts the Gex issue to bed. I hope we are all satisfied with this conclusion.
I mean, part of me understands that. God, part of me understands that Gex is a lot more playable than a lot of these games that I have here, and Blab mentioned that Gex should be by Punky Skunk, and a lot of me agrees with that. I just feel
in terms of gameplay, I'd actually agree with you entirely on gameplay. But there's the fact that he is talking to you constantly. Bubsy, to his credit, only spoke at the beginning of each level.
He only spoke a little bit, yeah.
Gex, anytime you do anything, he says the same 5 things that he's set to say in each level. It's one of the few mascot platformers where his tood is actually a detriment.
Yeah, I guess we can.
He's not even a good guy. He doesn't even do this for charity or whatever. He just wants to get back and watch TV for 50 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gex. I wish I could. My heart knows and my brain knows that you should be placed higher, but in my heart, you're not.
You're not cut out for this world. Sorry, Gex.
Damn, I was just gonna say you're not better than Bug, but.
All right, now the true challenge for tonight.
No.
Mr. Bones.
No, this sucks because it's not fun, but it is fun, but it's not fun.
Some parts are good. Unfortunately, not the platforming parts. The platforming parts are real bad. I would dare say the platforming parts are worse than Bubsy. However, there's so much charm in the game. They got these musical segments. They got this weird storyline about how blues as an art form is gonna transcend evil. It's got FMV mixed with CG skeletons.
It's got a skeleton who can play the guitar, and you play as a skeleton. It's like...
So if the curve can negatively affect Gex, how much can it positively affect Mr. Bones? How many more spots on this list can we get it? A game that's technically worse than Bubsy, but its pure charm can carry it at least a little while. What would you say?
Oh, God.
We're grading on an intangible here, making this really difficult. Make no mistake, the gameplay's bad. I'm through trying to defend Mr. Bones' gameplay mechanics.
Super Putty, then.
You think so?
Yeah, because Super Putty is like... The gameplay is... It's not bad, but it's not... Super Putty, I put it where it is because its gameplay is a super mixed bag. And it doesn't have the charm. Well, I think that Mr. Bones has a super, super, super amount of charm. But its gameplay is a super, 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 super mixed bag. Mostly towards bad.
I'm okay with charm points carrying him up a couple of spots, but I'd feel bad about more than that. I'd say below Super Putty is about the right place for him.
Above Bug. Below Super
In terms of
Putty.
Saturn mascots, I think he's a better one than Bug anyway, so that feels appropriate.
But I just want you all to know Mr. Bones is such a good concept that I wish was executed better.
If you have a Saturn, you need to experience Mr. Bones. Just enter that code, skip all the levels that aren't fun, see the good parts.
God, opponent mentions we're gonna start. We're gonna need to put in we're gonna need to have like a column for our rationale for why we're choosing what we choose, and Yeah.
Yeah, we should have a notes column. I was proposing to Alex that we have a Tood column where we rate these characters on a scale of 1 to 10.
Let's do that. So next week we should have Tood and Reasoning. Which...
Some of these games have 0 Tood, like KO2. She's not too Toody.
And I don't know if I guess Mr. Bones has some attitude. He's mostly depressed, and I feel that.
On our scale, Awesome Possum would get a 10 in Tood, but that would not be a good thing.
No. Opponent says, would you say Mr. Bones is the inverse of Gex in that he's a great concept with poor gameplay instead of a tactless character with passable gameplay? That's actually pretty...
Yes.
That's perfect, yes.
That's very astute, thank you.
Yes, that's why with Bug directly in the middle, with Bug has just the right amount of Tood and just the right amount of okay.
Yeah, he's
gameplay.
just right.
He's just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
I think we've done it. This was a tough task we had this week, but we've ranked 3 middle-of-the-road Sega Saturn platformers. Pretty happy with what they got. Pretty happy with Mr. Bones at least getting in the top half of the list, if only barely. Yeah, that's a good result, I think.
Yeah.
Just generally saying the game is better than Bubsy and more worthwhile, and let's leave it at that. Don't play the platformer levels. Only play the guitar part, the bongo part, and the joke part. That's all you need. Has his background music really been playing in the background this entire time?
Yeah. Pretty quietly, but yeah.
It sounds like doom and gloom.
We're rating Gex.
Mr. Bones awaits his judgment.
His mascot judgment. Well...
Yeah, we're sending him to mascot heaven while Gex goes to mascot hell. Sorry, Gex. You knew you were going there. It's for the crime of sloth, alright? Extreme sloth. Just watching TV all those years. There's an internet, Gex. Do you know about this internet? You can find like-minded geckos and discuss classic TV
I've
with
just
them.
realized the worst thing. Gex is not only is he's one of those he's a YouTube reviewer probably.
Ooh, he would be now.
He puts his head in the corner and he but he's the kind that puts their face over stuff that they're watching and comments on it. And he's like, oh yeah, and here's where Maud's doing a thing.
Gex commentates Season 2, Episode 4 of Maud.
Gex talks over Maud. The menopause episode.
Yes, the menopause episode.
God.
I like it. I like new modern Gex. If they bring him back, and they might, as we mentioned before, Square Enix is looking to bring back its classic games, and it owns the Gex franchise. So maybe they could bring him back as a sassy YouTube reviewer and make him more identifiable in that way. What's going on?
If Gex had had web TV, he might have been a different character.
Could have been. If he just been a few years later, he could have been a completely different gecko.
Oh, chat's talking all about YouTube videos, and I'm losing it. Gex is constantly making what ruined Cartoon Network type videos. I get those recommended to me a lot.
It would be like all the sins in National Treasure, and it's like 70 minutes long.
He would be doing TV sins over Maud, and he was like, Maud talking about menopause, that's a sin. I don't know. Gex would be like, this is like Thanksgiving at the Kardashians' house. Oh my god. You are all brilliant. I love you, chat.
He claims to be Carlton the Doorman, but his name is clearly Lorenzo Music.
Dodon Pucci says Gex plays. Okay, we gotta go.
Okay, we're not getting any better than that. Gex plays.
No, Gex works at Watch Mojo.
He would be making
that is
clickbait.
So good.
All right,
okay,
everyone.
We gotta go.
In the meantime, as we weather out this hurricane, consider yourself what kind of videos Gex would make if he was on YouTube. That's your thought. That's your assignment for this weekend.
Chat, you have given me a lot of wonderful things to laugh about tomorrow when the storm is just.
We'll be thinking about
off.
Gex. Thinking about Gex all weekend.
We love Gex theory.
Y'all in the path of the hurricane, stay safe, bunker down, evacuate if necessary. If you see flooded roads, don't drive through them.
Please.
Your car can't handle that.
Please don't do that shit. Turn around, please.
We'll be doing the same, staying safe down here, laughing
y'all
about
stay
Gex.
safe too, friends.
Thank you all for watching. This was fun. Looking forward to doing this again next week.
And we'll be back on Wednesday, right?
And we'll be back on Wednesday with the final entry of Sega Saturn month. So please look forward to that.
And
gotta send this thing off in style.
You can find us at YouTube at RetroPals, and you can find us. I didn't realize I had the old URL here, RetroPals HQ.
Oh yeah.
You can find us at Twitter at RetroPals HQ, and you can find us Patreon's just RetroPals now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no HQ.
We'll post
Ignore
updates
that.
on Twitter about the hurricane or whatever.
Yeah, well,
just to let you know it's over.
Yeah, well,
electricity's back
I'll
on.
make sure to tweet. I'll make sure to tweet on the Retro Pals account about that in
All right.
case. Yeah. So we'll see you later though, and thank you for coming. See you next Wednesday, and see you next Friday for a new Mascot Friday.
Yeah, y'all have a good weekend. We'll see ya.
See you, folks.